Welcome back. This session is called Block by Block, and the core idea is simple. AI safety, security governance, and community resilience cannot be built only at the top. They have to be built from the neighborhood up and the organization out. When people think about AI risk, they often imagine something abstract, distant, or highly technical. But the truth is, most breakdowns begin locally. They begin inside teams, inside workflows, inside neighborhoods, inside institutions that assumed somebody else was paying attention. This session is about changing that. The most resilient systems start small and scale up. Every major failure follows a pattern. The warning signs were visible early, but the response came too late because nobody had built local capacity to act. By the time the problem became visible at scale, the damage was already compounding. AI risk is no different. If a company has no policy, no ownership, and no training, one employee can create an incident that becomes a legal, financial, and reputational problem overnight. The lesson here is straightforward. Resilience is built before the incident, not assembled during it. And if we want real resilience, we build it block by block. So what is the alliance? The Block by Block AI Safety and Security Alliance is the governance and resilience arm of this ecosystem. It exists to close the gap between AI adoption and AI safety. It works through two primary tracks, one for organizations and one for communities. That distinction matters. Businesses have governance, compliance, and training needs. Communities have trust, literacy, and communication needs. Both need infrastructure, both need leadership, and both need it now. This work is grounded in experience, not theory. Andy Babala brings decades of leadership in corporate safety and security. That background matters because AI safety is not just a technology issue, it is a prevention architecture issue. It is about human behavior, accountability, escalation, authority, and response design. In other words, this is not a new category of chaos. It is a new version of a familiar problem. Systems change faster than human structures adapt. This is where the problem becomes real, the governance gap. In most organizations, AI tools are already being used. But if you ask who owns the policy, who approves use cases, who monitors risk, who handles incidents, or who trains staff properly, the answer is often nobody, specifically. That is the governance gap. The tools are present, the behavior is happening. The exposure is real, but the oversight is missing, and that is where risk multiplies. Now let's widen the lens beyond the enterprise. AI risk is not confined to the boardroom. Communities are already dealing with deepfake impersonation, elder fraud, misinformation, algorithmic bias, and trust erosion. The most vulnerable people are often the least prepared, and the groups closest to them usually do not yet have a framework for response. That means AI safety is not just a compliance issue. It is a civic issue. It is a family issue. It is a community protection issue. The Alliance framework brings structure to that problem. There are four major functions here: governance frameworks, safety training, community education, and resilience infrastructure. The goal is not just to make people aware of AI. The goal is to make them capable of responding to it responsibly. This is where we move from scattered concern to organized readiness, from anxiety to architecture, from reaction to prevention. The organizational track is designed for businesses, nonprofits, and institutions that need a structured implementation path. This is not just a memo or a policy binder. It is a working process. Assess the current state, identify risk exposures, define ownership, create policy, train behavior, and hand off a functioning governance structure that the organization can actually sustain. That's the difference between checking a box and building real capability. The community track works differently because communities function differently. Here, the objective is to strengthen existing trusted infrastructure, chambers, neighborhood groups, HOAs, faith communities, education networks, local associations. We are not trying to invent trust from scratch. We are trying to equip existing trusted voices with the language, tools, and protocols needed to protect their people. That is what it means to build AI resilience block by block. So who is this for on the organizational side? This is for the people who sit closest to risk and responsibility: security leaders, HR directors, compliance officers, legal teams, healthcare administrators, operations leaders, executive teams. These are the people who cannot afford to wait until something goes wrong. If AI is already showing up in your workflows, your contracts, your data handling, or your client experience, then governance is already your issue, whether you've named it yet or not. And on the community side, this is for leaders who already hold local trust. Chambers of commerce, HOAs, civic groups, faith leaders, educators, association leaders, municipalities. These are the groups people turn to when the world becomes confusing. They are trusted infrastructure. The opportunity here is not just to inform people. It is to create local resilience through leadership, literacy, and communication systems that people already believe in. This is where the Alliance connects to the broader Pure Experts ecosystem. Governance without education becomes policy theater. Education without governance becomes enthusiasm without structure. The Alliance and the AI Academy have to work together. One builds the framework. The other builds the people who can operate inside it. That integration is what creates durable resilience. Once a model works, the next question is how it scales. That's where Community in a Box comes in. This is the deployment package that allows local leaders and delivery partners to bring this infrastructure into their own geography or organization with real support, templates, and systems behind them. The point is not to create dependency. The point is to transfer capability. This slide is a direct message to security professionals. This is your domain. Deepfakes are not just media problems. Social engineering at AI scale is not just a technical problem. These are security problems. These are trust problems. These are behavioral and operational problems. If your background is safety, security, compliance, or incident prevention, you already have the mindset needed here. The category has changed, but the architecture of prevention is familiar. This is also an opportunity for delivery partners. There are professionals in this room, consultants, retired executives, former operators, security leaders, who could take this model into their own regions and relationships. The delivery partner structure exists to make that possible. It allows local trust to become local capability. And yes, it also creates an economic model around doing meaningful work in your market. At some point, philosophy has to become physical. The Wisconsin development represents the physical expression of these ideas, a place where governance, community, resilience, and AI-supported systems are not just discussed, but designed into the environment itself. This matters because the long game is not only organizational change, it is the creation of places and systems that help people live differently. This is not a concept deck. This is a deployment roadmap. The 2026 roadmap shows that this work is already moving. Chamber partnerships, standardized packages, community infrastructure, local activation. The point is not someday. The point is now. And the reason that matters is simple. AI risk is already active. So readiness must also become active. So where do you fit? That's the purpose of this self-assessment. Some people need organizational governance. Some need community literacy. Some are potential delivery partners. Some are future collaborators or power partners. The important thing is not that everyone enters the same way. The important thing is that everyone identifies the right next step and takes it. As we close, I want to bring us back to the central phrase, built block by block, not all at once, not abstractly, not after a crisis. Block by block means local trust, local standards, local readiness, local action. It means building safety and resilience where people actually live, work, and decide. That is how stronger systems are built, and that is how stronger humans are built too. Thank you for being part of this conversation. If this resonates with you, whether as an organizational leader, a community leader, a security professional, or a potential delivery partner, then don't leave this as an idea. Identify your next step, book the conversation, and step into the work, because the future will not be secured all at once. It will be secured block by block.